Oh, this is a tough one. Totally not distracted driving here. Hello! Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We are in the car. We are moving. I am sunburned. I am tired. I don't know where I'm going to put my phone. Because, nothing seems to be working. I've got all kinds of... Oh, jeez. Trying not to do this. Trying not to get distracted while driving here. Oh, boy. I'm currently part of a small caravan of two. It has been a long day so far. Oh boy. It's this is going to be again one of those shorter streams, as short as I can, on kind of the fact that we are driving. We're on our way to Maryland. We're about 34 minutes into the stream, into the drive. No, probably about 45 minutes of the drive, maybe close to an hour. But yeah, so be on the road for the next probably 4-ish hours. It has been like I said, it's been a very, very long day. I got very, very little sleep last night. And it has been just an absurd day of packing. And yeah, this is my car is a little packed right now, and that is nothing compared to like I said, we are part of a caravan at the moment. The caravan being, oops, I guess I can't switch there. Yeah, there we go. Got the U-Haul right in front of us. Got the trailer. That would be my parents right in front of us. So we're in a little bit of a caravan. Hey, hope the drive has been going well. It had, well, we got off to a rocky start because as soon as we hit the highway, which was almost immediately, there was a crash and set us back a little bit of time. But overall, not too bad. We got through it moderately fast, which is great. Because ever since then, it's been pretty free flowing. It's been pretty good so far. But my car is a little weighed down at the moment. It's yeah, my poor little car. It's the size of a go-kart. It is not made to haul any amount of weight whatsoever, and it is hauling some weight. But it's nothing like the truck in front of me. That thing is loaded up. It is a monster. My parents have been absolutely lovely. They got here last night, and we spent this morning getting it all packed, and it is for a 5-foot by 8-foot trailer. Oh, let me tell you, it is as packed as it is ever going to be. I don't think we could squeeze a single thing left in there, and it's a miracle we got as much as we did. What car are you driving? I have a Nissan Versa Note, and it is not a powerful engine. We'll say that much. But yeah, it's getting us by. It's absolutely getting us by. Thunderbolt, what's up? How are you? Was it Cactus Sandwich? That's a heck of a name. I love it. Cactus Sandwich. You driving on the phone? Hey, I'm trying to go. I'm trying to find a place to mount it so I don't have to hold it here. Not the best. There's like nowhere to mount this phone. This is the worst. There we go. I hope that is not a great angle. My phone holder got packed away, unfortunately, so we are stuck with whatever I have here. So I'm trying to go as hands-free as possible for the safety of driving, of course. But yeah, that's the effort is here. So I might not be able to look at the chat as much, obviously, because I don't want to look away from the road so much. But I am trying to find a place where I can mount this phone. These shades. Oh, thank you. I have gone through a few different types of sunglasses, uh, several different styles, and the only ones that ever seem to work for my face, like my face shape, have always been aviators. I don't know why. It's the only ones that have ever really worked for me. But I do love them, and I have a couple of pairs. There's got to be a place I can put my phone that is more convenient and not at just a god-awful, terrible angle. Today's my birthday. Today's my baby girl's birthday. Oh, Alice! Little baby girl turns 1? That's so cute! Well, tell her I said happy birthday, not that she's gonna know who I am or what a birthday is at this point. But I hope she is having a wonderful birthday. I hope you're all are celebrating your first birthday. That is a momentous occasion, the first birthday. Alice is here. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, we've so we definitely underestimated the amount of packing that had to still had to have been done. It is a miracle how much stuff fit in the tiny single room that I had. It is an absolutely astounding amount of items that were put in that one little room. I squirreled it all away. I've made it work. But yeah, we fit it all into one trailer. Oh, here we go. But yeah, it has been a hot day. I got sunburned. I got more sun today than I normally get in like multiple weeks. This is my friend Cola, Barry, and Julie. What? She knows my friend Cola, Barry, and Julie. I'm confused. Wearing 4-inch high heels and silver glitter and pink and white blouse with shorts. Oh, cute. 4-inch heels. Those are some intense heels, my friend. I don't normally go for any heels. Unless it's for almost like costuming purposes. I don't go any higher than like 3-inch heels, like 2 to 3-inch heels, because I go for comfort over fashion a lot of the times, which is why I have a tendency to wear a lot of boots with a lower heel, so 1 to 2-inch heel. I just overall a lot more comfortable. That's my personal taste. I'm also a big fan of boots in general. I just think boots are an incredible piece, and I think boots are very flattering for a lot of people. I hope the sound is coming through clear. I know where there's probably some noise from the road. If it gets too bad, please let me know, because I want to keep it. I want to keep it down. I want to keep it so y'all can actually hear. But yeah, this has been a learning experience today. I learned how many things I actually own, and it's a lot more. You never realize how much stuff you own until you gotta pack it. But it's worth it. I'm probably gonna get up there and immediately start, as soon as I start to unpack things and start to really understand how I get everything settled. I think what's gonna happen is I'm probably gonna purge a lot. I'm gonna purge a lot of stuff. That's the goal, at least. Stuff that I haven't touched in a while, that there's absolutely no need for me to have it. So it's really just taking up space. It's taking up clutter in my own mind. And yeah, I like the idea of living minimally, and I kind of want to get back to that. I used to, and then I just like over time, as different events, called for different things, just to kind of acquired more and more stuff, and you never realize it, for the most part, but it just kind of, it just builds. So much of it just builds over time. Did I see your comment about what I'm wearing? I hope you can hear me. Yes, I saw your comment about the 4-inch heels and the rest of your outfit, which sounds super cute, by the way. Sounds absolutely adorable. Sorry, I'm trying to do this as safely as I can. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. I am trying to keep my eyes on the road, stay as safe as possible, trying to keep both hands on the road. So if the camera is very shaky, we're gonna have shaky cam today. Sorry, it's gonna be very, very much shaky cam today. So unfortunately, we ran into a little bit of a snag. There was so much stuff in this trailer. What I thought was going to fit in the trailer, it did not all fit in the trailer, sadly. So we have a pickup truck the pickup truck in front of us, which my parents are currently driving, and then so we have the entire bed of the truck filled, and it's even stuff going over the cab. It is an insane amount of stuff that we have somehow made work. So it's all strapped down as tight as we could get it, and the trailer that he is towing is awfully full. I don't know, we could bear. It took two of us to get the doors closed, because we were just kind of shoving stuff in and trying to shove the barn doors closed, which it worked. We got it. It's all latched up and closed, barely. Look, your top that you are explaining, the silver glitter and pink and white blouse. That sounds so adorable. That sounds something so adorably feminine that I would not be able to pull it off. I am way too much of I would say, I'm way too much of a masked lesbian to ever pull anything like that off. I got the muscles. I got the masculine, presentation. I go for suits. I love them to death. Every once in a while, I do something a little bit more femme. I do like to, I do like to look pretty every once in a while. But for the most part, oops, no, not getting over. Okay. But yeah, every once in a while, I'll do something a little bit more delicate, a little bit more femme. It's just not quite my style. I think it looks. There's so many times where I see these looks and I'm like, oh my god, that's super cute. I really want to try that, and I realize oh, it looks super cute because it's on a really skinny, feminine, femininely shaped model that is not even remotely the same body shape that I am, and I have to I have to convince myself of that. It's look, it's not it looks great on them, or I have to remind myself it looks great on them. It in no way, shape, or form is going to look good on me. Just because I do not have that shape to me, and that's okay. It's okay to not have that. It's good to know what works for you and what fits your body shape and size. The worst Nissan vehicle is a Nissan Altima, I'm assuming. Is that what you're trying to type there? I have a 2020 Jeep. Right now, I kind of wish I had something like a 2020 Jeep. My car is a lot older than that. My car is, well, not a lot older than that. It's 2015, so my car's about 9 years old. Got about 120,000 miles on it. It's a little town car. It's done some work. It's got me from A to B. I love it. I love it to death. It is. It's a neat little car. Of course, when it comes to moving, it's not super practical, but hey, at least we got something. When I go to look for clothing, was I not live? Okay. Anyway, I have to realize there are a lot of things that, like I said, don't fit my body shape. That I have to keep in mind, and that involves specifically number one for tops and for dresses. I have to look at my shoulders every time, because there are certain styles of like certain necklines that can make my shoulders look more blocky. Sometimes, like a lot of times, I have to leave room in the shoulders. So like I like to do a lot of. For me, I like to do a lot of sleeveless things. I'm getting more comfortable wearing more sleeveless items on account of the fact that my shoulders I have such like masculine shoulders. They're a lot broader than most women's clothing is designed for, and so are my arms, my biceps. My biceps in general, a lot bigger than most feminine items. So. For some people, they would say that it's like, oh, I like that, that smaller waist and broader shoulders look. I was like, that's great. It doesn't work well for clothing a lot of the times for feminine wear because they're not designed for it. I mean, this is what I tell people. It's like I'm shaped like an upside down Dorito because I have a smaller waist and I have bigger, broader shoulders. So it's like it literally is the upside down V. Wow, that's probably a rude symbol, but yeah. Anyway, like the upside down V, not upside down V, the V shape. It's not a drastic V shape, but it's enough that I don't have very big hips. We're working on that. Working on that in the gym, but they're stubborn. My hips and my glutes are definitely stubborn. Jeep is my beach vehicle. My 2500 Chevy truck is for the beach and hot shotting. Oh, jeez. Well, first off, the fact that you have multiple vehicles, that's already something. That already says something right there. I can't afford more than one. I've got my one little car. It's all paid off. Insurance is surprisingly inexpensive, but overall, like I love this little car. I don't need multiple cars. I don't have space for it. If anything, I want to downsize and make my space, like the amount of space that I take up, I want it to be smaller. So I try my best to do so. Try my best to minimize it, minimize my footprint, if you will. And I really need to do that once I get to my new place. Oh my goodness, I really, really need to get to that. Back to that point, I used to live so minimally. It was incredible. Like I just had so few items, and it was so clean and organized all the time. It was everything was such minimal effort to keep everything together, and I had moved a couple of times with such little stuff, and it felt so nice. My wife pays for the Kia Telluride. How do you pronounce that? Telluride? Go-kart, that's about it. There are occasions where I wish I did have something a little bit more hefty, something like a small truck, like a pickup truck, or like a small SUV, like one of like the sportier SUVs, like a RAV4. Like I think RAV4s are kind of cute. I think they're neat little vehicles. But I do like my little go-kart. It gets me around. It zips around town. I never have to worry about fitting into a parking spot. Or like small garages or anything. I never have to worry about size. I never end up towing things. I almost never carry big items. yeah, it's like you know, I don't move all that often, but it just, I don't know. It makes it easy on those rare occasions that, you know, that you really need it. But for the most part, just getting around town and doing pretty much everything I need to do. The gas mileage, I just can't beat the gas mileage. Like, my average gas mileage right now, according to my car, let's see if we can, there we go, average gas mileage. It's saying 44.1 right now, because we've been on the highway for the entire drive. Because we hopped immediately on the highway. Yeah, even with a car full of stuff, I'm still it's averaging. Oh, no, granted, this is above my normal. If it's in town, it drops pretty drastically. I'd say around like 33, 34 miles to the gallon on average in town, which is I mean, that's still pretty good. Yeah, I just don't want to be paying some pretty hefty, drastic prices there for gas. Like, it's just, some of these larger vehicles, they just suck up gas so fast. It blows my mind how expensive it can be. Like, how expensive it can be getting gas. That's where we yesterday when I was on your live. I was driving yesterday home when I was watching your live stream. I had to drive a truck to some college station. I paid $80 in gas to fill my truck. It still gives me good gas mileage while towing. Whew. $80? Did you say $80 to fill up your truck? That is mind-boggling. I mean, that's a big tank. That's got to be at least 25-gallon tank, 24, 25-gallon tank. Like, that is massive. Is that really how much it is, or is it just, I don't know. My little car has a whopping 10-gallon tank. If you want to get precise, it's 10 3/4 gallon. But yeah, basically a 10-gallon tank, and I can get up to about, on average, like I said, 350 miles per tank, and it cost me what, $32 to fill up, and it'll last me for weeks. I love this little car. That was a major factor when I initially bought this car, was the fact that I wanted to make sure that I had something fuel efficient and 28-gallon tank. Oh my gosh. That is so big. Wow. Like, I mean, granted, it's probably average size for, like, good to average size for a truck. But just wow, that seems so big to me. I don't know. I'm just so used to I'm used to something smaller. Look at that HRV, Honda HRV just drove past. That's a neat. It's kind of a neat vehicle. It's kind of the similar idea to like the RAV4, maybe a little bigger. It's a Mirage, just a little Mitsubishi Mirage. I was like, that kind of looks like that's like the Mitsubishi version of the Versa, the same car I have. So now I'm just looking at all the cars going by. Little Honda CRV, that thing's that's got some heft. Oh, thank you, Google. There is a speed trap. Not that I would ever speed. Not that I totally didn't just pay off a speeding ticket a month ago. Oh, there it is, too. Look at that. I'm waiting. Ready to go. So, come on, dude. Just cut right in front of me with no turn signal. Thanks for your turn signal, buddy. But, yeah, it does take a little experimentation sometimes. It took me a long time and going through a lot of clothes just to kind of figure out where I was at. And unfortunately, I wasted some money because I got some pieces that I have, very, very quickly had to get rid of because I outgrew. One, because I got back into exercising, which I kind of like. But also, it's just like I convinced myself it was good when I was in the store, whether like because usually it's especially in the beginning of your transition, when your sizes are changing and your shape kind of changes a little bit. Go to thrift stores, go to Goodwill, get stuff inexpensive and experiment with it. See what you like, what you gear towards, on a daily basis. Like what are the things that you naturally will gravitate towards? We're going to Rapids Theater. But yeah, just like kind of get a rough idea of what you naturally gravitate towards, and you never know what it'll be. For me, I mean, I kind of saw this coming a little bit, but I gravitated towards flannel shirts. Yeah. I mean, I already had a fascination with like button-up shirts, but then I started getting more like feminine cut flannel. That's some stuff has a little more of a tail or fits a little bit differently in the waist or the shoulders. And I still had to try a few different cuts and a few different sizes. And like I said, for my shoulders, I had to make some adjustments. But yeah, I went through a few, and then I kind of settled on some that I found that it really fit me well. Size. But yeah, it takes some time, and I still wear masculine clothing. I still have some of my old male wardrobe, but there are ways to style them. There are always ways to style different pieces that you can make it look the way you want. So like I still have, and I would wear on a daily basis, my male clothing, my male wardrobe, which was men's dress shirts. Just because they were well fitted, and they flatter me now that I have at least I know it doesn't look like it from this angle, but I was able to grow a little bit of a bust, which was nice, and so it just kind of helps flatter that part, and it fills out a little bit better, makes it a little more prominent. I still wear my vests, my dress vests, which I think look a little bit more flattering, especially because it gives me a little bit of a smaller waistline, and it also gives opportunity to show my shoulders, show the work in my shoulders, so since it brings in the waist a little bit, it makes it almost seem like I've got a little bit of hips. So it does a few things for me, which is nice. But yeah, there's just all kinds of different ways you can style stuff to make it fit exactly what you're looking for. And accessories. This is the big one. And and I always tell, because I've been working in professional menswear for a while, but my first go-to for to tell people how to stand out, in the right ways, not the wrong ways, is that you lean into your accessories. So your accessories being like jewelry, neckties, adornments. So like for suits, so you have like a pocket square or a lapel pin or a boutonniere. I also say like jewelry. So like a necklace or rings or bracelets, or like especially for men, like a watch is considered like men's jewelry. It's all about the little details that you put into things, and that's one of the things that I have found out has worked the best for me, especially for trying to emphasize more of a feminine style, has been adding layers like belts. So that there are more like decorative belts. So a little bit wide, like a wider belt that kind of separates your top half and your lower half into different proportions. What is squeaking behind me? It is a belt size different things. So like if you wanted to make if you have a longer torso and you want to make your torso a little bit shorter individual, and you have a particularly long torso, get high-waisted pants. High-waisted pants and a decorative belt or like a nice belt that shows off like around your waist, that cuts cuts down on your weight size a little bit, oh, that can work wonders to give you more of a feminine form. And it really, it's like, especially for belts, they can make your hips pop a little bit better. So it gives you that, even if you don't have very wide hips, it gives you more of an illusion of it. So it's just, it's a nice, nice little way to accent things that, clothing, I think, is such a unique thing in terms of making your making or breaking presentation, depending on what you're looking for. It can really do wonders for you, but it can also do the opposite. It can very much, re-emphasize portions that you might not want to wear. But so it does, like I said, it does take some experimenting, figuring out what you like, what's comfortable for you, and just experimenting what parts work best for what situations, and just what works best for your body. Radio, my truck keeps acting up, so I have to replace the wires for the radio. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, I hope it gets fixed. Alright, well, let's see here. What time we got? Oh, it's been a little over a half hour. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, obviously I'm not going to get back into games tonight because, well, everything's all packed up. My computer monitor is actually down on the ground right next to me, sitting on the floor in the passenger seat. So that's fun. And in the bags sitting in the seat next to me, these are my laptop and all my audio, video, my AV gear. So all that stuff is currently packed away, and even the desk obviously is getting transported right now. So it's going to take a few days for me to get back up and running appropriately. Especially once I it's going to take me some time to figure out how we're going to design this room. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work just yet, but we're gonna figure it out. My parents are going to be here till Saturday, and, well, the big snag we ran into is that not everything I owned fit into the trailer. I underestimated how much stuff I had, so luckily it's not too super long of a trip, and we came to the conclusion that once we get there tonight, we're going to unload everything. Not going to set everything up because it's going to be late. But tomorrow we're going to drive all the way back to North Carolina, pack up what's left, and drive up and drive back with all the stuff. So all the remaining stuff. So it's not a huge load. It's not a particularly large load of stuff, but it's going to make for a long day. That's unfortunately. So we've got today's been a long day already, and it's only 6 o'clock, and tomorrow's gonna be tomorrow's gonna be just as long. Hopefully not as physically exhausting tomorrow, because it's gonna be one. Hey, we just got to Virginia. We're officially out of North Carolina. Yay! Which means cops are going to be everywhere, so I need to focus on the road. Not that I'm speeding or anything or doing anything particularly bad, besides maybe having my phone on me, not hands-free. Not exactly hands-free. Alright, well, I do need to focus a little bit more. I just wanted to, like I said, I wanted to make this a short one. And, I think we can call it here. I'm starting to feel the effects of my energy drink. I almost never have caffeine. I try to avoid it as much as humanly possible. That way, That way, when I do need it, like today, it is very, very effective. What do we go with today? Monster Energy. Let's say, what is it? The Zero Sugar, Monster Energy Zero Sugar Ultra Sunrise. So very citrusy. I like it. But yeah, I'm starting to, I have only had half the can. I am feeling the effects. My body is so not used to it that I almost immediately feel the effects, and it's kind of wonderful. It always feels nice when it's like, I'm so used to being tired that when I'm suddenly wide awake, that it's like, oh my gosh, this is what it's like, or for most people feeling normal. So Next Gen, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome in. We are on the road. We are closing in on the midpoint so far of this move. We're almost to the we're about half hour away from the halfway point. So we're getting there. Got an ETA of approximately 9:30-ish, give or take a little bit of time, because we will have to stop for gas. I am kind of curious how much gas mileage my parents are getting in the truck in front of me, because they are hauling an immense amount of items, immense amount of weight in that truck and that trailer. There's a lot going on up there. So, and unfortunately, since I didn't, like, as much as I would love to spend more time with my parents, and like, I wish my mom could fit in the car with me so I could talk to her. Who knows? Maybe she would have joined on stream. But yeah, unfortunately, just the way the cars are packed, wasn't very effective to to have her over here and be able to pack as much stuff as possible. So yeah, so I have to do the lonely drive. So it's just gonna be me back here for and I am we're doing the caravan. So I am pulling the rear vehicle. So every time we got to change lanes, there's like the goal is like the rule of caravans. Whoever's the rear vehicle got to get over first and makes room for the big guy in the front. It's the truck and trailer up there. Love roads. Yo, so I take it you like doing road trips. Every once in a while, I get the itch to do a nice road trip. It's kind of I do think it's kind of fun. So when I do road trips, usually obviously it's not gonna, like, I don't do a packed vehicle like I have now, but like, having your gear for however, a little bit of gear for however long you're going and for whatever the trip is, and then you usually have like road trip snacks in the seat next to you. I have been single for a number of years now, and so I've had to do quite a few drives by myself, because I do go to visit my family who are out of state, so they're about 700 miles away. And so I do go to visit them, a couple times a year, and go visit friends in different places. And since I'm single, it's just me every time, and it's I like to think of it as a nice calming way to kind of get in. It gets me to focus on one thing, because if I'm at home, I always find something to do. I always find like there's a big task or a big objective. Like in the car, it's just, I don't have to worry about anything else. It's just me and the road, and maybe like an audiobook or a podcast, and it just allows me to kind of zone in on that, those one or two things. And it's just nice. It's nice to. Sorry, my OCD just kind of took over a little bit. I had a little It's to do with like there's a blink, and it's like a little like a teeth chatter thing that I do, and I try not to let it get to me. Anyway, it's relaxing because my brain isn't just constantly thinking of what's the next big thing, what should I be doing right now. It's just it's got one task, and that's all I need to worry about is that one task. As I'm sure some of you can relate. Jeep sucks on gas mileage. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. This towing is better. When towing it better when not towing. Yeah. Never really do road trips. Oh, road trips are awesome. Especially if you're going through like more beautiful areas or really just areas you're not used to. And just seeing the local forestry, like in North Carolina and Virginia, like this general area, the highways are just like trees left and right, like all kinds of different trees on both sides of the road. It just makes for a really beautiful drive, especially in the fall. When the leaves are all changing colors, it's really something. Right, that taking 7-hour road trips to visit family is like the norm in the USA. For me, it's about 9 to 10 hours on average. At least it was with my place my place that I'm just moving out of in Raleigh. So yeah, it was about 10 hours to go see my family. It does suck up an entire day, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't quite like that, but it's not too bad. It's not a full 24-hour drive. That I couldn't do alone, at least not in one day. I'd have to break it up. Once you get to 10 hours or more, it just gets a bit exhausting. 7 hours is a little long. Like I'll admit 7 hours is a good distance. Like that's a pretty decent amount of time behind the wheel. But something like what I'm doing right now, 5 hours. Oh, 5 hours is 5 hours is easy. So a few hundred miles, 5 hours, not too bad. I'll take it. Such a big country, it really is. Unnecessarily large. Okay, so obviously it sounds like you are not from here. Where are you from, Jen? I also make shirts when I'm not hot-shotting it like trucking, but with smaller vehicles. Smaller vehicle, smaller roads. Okay, yeah. Not too much. Longest road trip I took was like 4 hours. Hey, 4 hours! That's still a lot of time. When you're sitting behind the wheel of a car, 4 hours can still, like, it can start to drain on you. Like, from Ireland. Oh, awesome! I don't get a lot of people from Ireland in my streams. That's really neat. And I can see why your road trips probably aren't many more than 4 hours. Lot smaller distance. Yeah, United States, it's just, it's not the most exciting drives. I would imagine Ireland has some absolutely gorgeous countryside. Like, one of these days I would love to visit Ireland. There are a lot of places in the world that I want to visit. I want to visit Ireland, I want to visit Scotland, I want to go to Belgium. Oh, I want to go to Belgium so bad, and Austria. Belgium and Austria. I'd love to go back to Germany. I've been to Germany once. I went there and I stayed for a summer. I did a study abroad program, and I stayed for 2 months. and it was one of the coolest summers I've ever experienced. You want to talk about an experience that pushed me out of my comfort zone. I was thrown into a city and left alone for 2 solid months, and was told to figure it out. And that was, oh boy, did I. I got used to the efficiency of their public transit system, which is wildly efficient. Like, it was so, like, I just wish I spoke the language. I mean, granted, most people there speak English, especially in Berlin, where I was at. So it's pretty common to be able to just speak English. But if they saw you, like, trying to, trying to learn the language, trying to speak German with them, they just had, like, a respect for you. It was really neat. Like, and they tried to, like, most of the people there were really nice, and, like, albeit they're, it's a city, so they, you got to keep moving. But if you were at a place where people weren't in a rush, and you were obviously trying to, like, stumble through your words, and, because you're trying, it's like, as a foreigner, and they see that you're trying, they're just like, oh, that's cute, let's help them out. And it's just kind of nice. Yeah, I just ran into a lot of really good people while I was there. This is happening. Ireland does have some lovely scenery. I've only seen it, of course, in pictures. I actually had a friend who went a few months ago. A good friend of mine and her girlfriend and a couple of family friends of theirs. They took like a 2-week trip to Ireland, and the pictures. Oh my God, the pictures were so cool. Like, I'm so jealous of that trip. It was it just looked like they had such an incredible time. I am so jealous. Like, one of these days. I also kind of want to go to Australia, which, if I go to Australia, I'm just going to be in trouble, because I just think, I think the Australian accent is so sexy. And there are a lot of very attractive people that, from Australia. I just, it's, yeah, that's a bucket list item for me, is to go to Australia. I think that's one of these days. Australia and New Zealand. I would also like to go to New Zealand. A lot of people, when I talk to a lot of friends, they think that I kind of want that. For some reason, a lot of my friends have it in their heads that I really want to go to Japan. Japan would be cool if I got to go to, like, some of the major cities, because I just want to see what the day-to-day culture is like what the day-to-day hustle is like in the middle of a city like that, like Tokyo. Tokyo or Osaka, or any of those major cities. But it's not high up on my list. I know a lot of friends that are really into anime and really get enamored with Japanese culture, and there's nothing wrong with that. The Japanese culture is incredibly unique and very artistically inclined, I would say, and it's just very rich. It's such a rich history, and from that aspect, it is very, it's very intriguing. It's not my number one go-to. It's just not for me. Yeah, I think it's interesting, but I don't think it's not top of my list. Yeah, if I had my way of things, I would like to go visit. I'd like to go visit Ireland, Australia, Scotland, Belgium, Austria, probably the Netherlands, maybe. Amsterdam, of course. Everybody wants to go to Amsterdam at least once. But yeah, that's. I got some places on my bucket list there. shame it sucks living here. What? Why does it suck living there? I would think it would be really nice to live there. I don't know. Sorry to hear that. Whoops. Shoot, I accidentally hit a message. I'm sorry. Well, I'm trying to focus more on the road, and so I accidentally deleted one of your messages. I am so sorry. Ooh, bumps. Hot-shotting some furniture to a friend in Seattle. Seattle, Washington. I'll be there with my friend and baby for 4 days. Next week, a safe 5-day drive. Jeez. Sorry if the angle's getting really weird. I'm trying to see these messages. The sun is killing me here. External gas tank to add to my truck bed. Jesus. There's 100 gallons. Why do you need that much? I'll be driving day and my wife will be driving nighttime. We'll take turns driving. Gosh, geez, such a long drive. Ireland has a massive housing crisis. Plus the waiting list for public HRT healthcare is like 9 years! 9 years! Oh my god! Why is it so long? That's wild. No, okay. Now I understand why you say it's not great living there. No, if that's the case with public health care, no, I couldn't do it. As much as the rest of the world likes to kind of rag on the United States for not having public health care and privatized healthcare systems and being expensive. As bad as that sounds, at least we get our care in a reasonable amount of time. Well, for the most part, because that can definitely that is so drastic. Oh my gosh, 9 years. Oof. I mean, I've heard that before, where it's like some people that lived in the UK. They were saying like, oh yeah, I tried to get on HRT, and from the time I submitted, originally applied to get on hormones, just like basic estrogen, estrogen pills, it took like 3 years. I was like, that's insane just to get some pills. What happens in an emergency up there? Like, how long is the turnaround for an emergency? That seems incredible to me. I don't know. That seems a bit messed up. I don't know. Yeah, so what do I know? I'm in my own little bubble that is the United States. Massive housing crisis. Okay. Yeah, they claim it's like 2 years. Oh. You know it's bad when it's bad when the sugar-coated answer is outrageous. Yeah, it's like if that's bad, the real answer is like, oh, it's gonna be so much worse. Ugh. Y'all have informed consent. That's radical. Yeah. I don't know the ins and outs of that. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm just going to kind of leave that one be a little bit. Sorry, when it comes to the medical field, I don't know much. I'm going to be blatantly honest. I do not know a lot about the medical field, especially in terms of terminology and policies. A lot of it is over my head. As someone who lives in a privatized medical insurance and privatized medical health health coverage society, that as someone who lives in that and does not have insurance, yes, I do not have medical insurance, but lucky for me, because of our system and my military service, I actually do get medical care at a drastically reduced rate, but it's specifically through our system, our Veterans Affairs system. So I do get good coverage through the VA. It just takes a bit longer, and it's it's slow and cumbersome, but I get it. But at least I have coverage one way or another. So I get something, which is always nice. And that's if it wasn't for the VA, I wouldn't be on hormones. I wouldn't be able to afford it. All the jobs I've had, the job that I am leaving currently, it had they had a good medical benefit system. The only problem is you had to pay into it. You have to, part of your monthly paycheck has to go into your medical insurance. Well, I didn't get paid enough to be able to afford to live and have medical insurance. So, kind of defeated the purpose. So I've just gone without medical insurance for years. So that's why I'm trying to find a better job that pays a little bit better. Or, by pays a little bit better, I mean pays a lot better, hopefully. And to get a lot better than my current job that I'm leaving, to get better pay than that is not a big ask. I was not making good money. Let's say that much. But that being said, I think we are just about to hit an hour, and I think I am gonna get going here. I need to get back to focusing on the road. I've got a little while left to go, and I need to leave my phone open just in case my folks call if we need to stop or do whatever. So thank you all for stopping in. I really appreciate everyone that jumped in and was part of the chat. Alice, I see you out there as usual. So Next Gen, everybody else that stopped in, thank you so much for stopping by. I know this is a bit, the last couple of nights, the last couple streams are a little bit different than my usual. No games, but we'll get to it as soon as I can. Get back to the gaming. I really want to get back. I really want to get into Gears of War 5 since we just finished Gears of War 4, and that was quite a bit of a cliffhanger at the end, and a good motivator to start the next storyline. So yeah, I want to get into Gears 5 as soon as I have the chance. But we got to get the new place set up first, and I'm so wildly excited for it. It's gonna be so good. On that note, y'all have a good one. If you haven't done so already, maybe hit subscribe down below. I do have some other videos, especially my transgender experience videos. They're a little bit older at this point, but all the information is still very much relevant, so definitely check those out. Then there is also, like I said, I am moving. Moving is expensive. For everybody that understands. Moving is very expensive, and there is a donation link down below in case you wanted to help support me and my channel, and the things that I'm doing here. There is that link to help me out down below. If you never ever feel never ever feel pressure to do so. I like to do this for free. I do this for everybody, just to kind of set up this channel as a nice little community. A safe place for people to just our people to come hang out and just have a safe place to be. But if you are in the financial position to do so and are feeling generous, there is that link down below to donate. Also, there's a final link in the description down below. It'll take you to all of my other channels, including my Instagram and my Twitter, where I'm the most active. So definitely come check me out over there. And on that note, y'all have a great one. thank you so much for stopping in. Be safe out there, and I'll catch y'all up. I'll get y'all up to date as the moving process continues. All right, talk to you later. Bye. Oh, how do I stop this thing?